Hello and welcome everybody. I'm Simple Shark. I hope you know that since you clicked on my channel, but I'm Simple Shark, and today I'm going to be showing you what I've been working on for the past few years. If you see my other devlogs about projects, I need to turn the music down. I can't hear myself think. All right. Anyway, if you've seen my other devlogs about Stickman, this is going to be very different because those were very bullet point type videos where I had a strict script that I'm sticking to, and I am actually reading a script right now, but it's fine. Um, they were very bullet point. Today we're gonna kind of expand on everything. Um, but yeah, instead of a video, we're obviously streaming, and we're gonna be just talking about stuff. So we're gonna take things slow. You can ask me any and all questions you would like, and I'll answer them throughout the stream. This game is also very different from what you saw in those videos. So, well, I'd say it's mostly different. It's still a movement-based FPS. The core of it is still basically the same, but a lot of the gameplay and stuff has changed, and we'll talk about that. Um, I forgot how to read. Alrighty, so we're gonna get started with the menu that we've been staring at for 5 minutes now, or I've been staring at it for 5 minutes now. So here's the menu now. So I don't actually know if I ever showed a menu in an original devlog, but this is very different from what it was before. Which maybe I can open the old menu. In here somewhere. It is level. It's in here somewhere. Okay, it's right here. I don't even know if this will work. Oh well. Okay, so this is the old menu, which is fine. You know, it worked just fine. But I didn't. Things changed, is what happened. Because obviously you can see there's no create party button here. Originally there was a hub world that you kind of got that you joined into. So like you joined a lobby, and you joined into like the hub level, and then from the hub level you would here I gotta just show it. I don't even have to try and explain it. This level might actually be repurposed into a PvP map or something later. You can also see there's cell shading and stuff on this, which obviously I scrapped that too. Because it's super difficult to work with lighting with the cell shaded stuff because it's basically just doesn't accept lights at all. But yeah, so this was the original level. So if you joined this, you would obviously just join in there, and you can see I have the managed lobby and the invite, and I don't have Steam on here because it's just the editor. But yeah, this was the original lobby, and then you would come down here to the basement, and then you would go to the computer, and this is how you'd start whatever. So that's not how it works anymore. Now it's a party system in the menu, which I'll show later. We're gonna do some PvP. I'm gonna do some PvP with a friend later, and I'll show how the menu and lobby works then. But yeah, the couch. Oh yeah, disclaimer. I've already messed up my script. You know what? It's fine. It wouldn't be a video if it wasn't scuffed. There's no real music or sound effects, so the music you're kind of hearing in the background is just my music that I'm listening to. But there's not really any game music yet. I'm working on it. So yeah, skin transfer now works. That was a whole thing. I'll talk about that a little later. And then now we have this party system. So if I create a lobby, I can set it to either PvP or PvP. Right now, this doesn't actually lock in PvE or PvP, but it will later. And then you can change your visibility, whatever. And then you create the party. And then you can invite people through Steam and stuff. And, well, I actually can't show the find lobby, but there's a lobby list as well. Um, so you can just join other people randomly. Which is gonna have a few limitations, or not limitations, but it's gonna have a lot of settings that you can turn off, like seeing other people's skins and stuff like that, because there could be stuff. Speaking of skins, let's draw a new stickman. So the level, or the drawing has actually changed a decent amount. So before this was the drawing, as a 2D drawing, basically just MS Paint. So, oh, and this isn't even working right now. Okay, I guess I broke that. That's interesting. Okay, well that's fine. Okay, that works. That works. That works. Okay, I don't know what just happened, but it works now. So the idea is that you would draw your own skin. So if I go in here, and I could draw either a 3D one. Nah, I just did this. I did the 3D one yesterday, but there you go. Now he has a face. And then, you know, I don't know, we can give him pants or something. Which is kind of easier to do here on the legs, because the legs are kind of awkward to work with. But there you go. He's got pants or something. But yeah, you kind of just draw your stick figure. And there we go. There's stick figure. I guess I could just make him into a minion. That is beautiful. Okay. But yeah, you can draw your own stickman. And then there will be Steam Workshop support for all skins and stuff. I'll talk about that later too. And then in here, you can see all the skins you created for both the Tombstone and the Stickman. So the Tombstone is what shows up after you die. So after you die, you drop the Tombstone. And then the Stickman is obviously the player you're playing as. Yeah, the Tombstone is the same exact editor. The Tombstone actually is only one side. I might change it to two. I'm not sure. But right now, if I draw something, it like mirrors it on the other side. So you can see that they're not, it's only one-sided basically. And then give it a name. And then that'll automatically apply it here since I said yes to that. But yeah, that's the main drawing. And then you'll be able to import from your computer anything. Oh, I should show that actually. I know you can't find it. Huh, that's an interesting bug. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to close the game. I can also fix that later. Hold on, I need to write that down. Alrighty. Back to there he is. There's our minion. So you can import from disk as well. Because in here also, you can also select images to show up on as your brush. So hold on, let me rotate it, which actually doesn't work on the 3D one. That's good to know actually. But yeah, so you can just put Aladdin on there or something. And yeah, there you go. So you can also import your images like that. Along with this, you can also change. Oh, there it is. You can change the colors of all of the weapons. So like you can see this is metal tint, so it's changing the color of the metal part right here, and then wood. And then we have some of them have a little more options. Like the handgun is just one, because you just set it to a single color. The guitar has 3 options, so you can set this and then the strings metal separately from the other metal. But a lot of them are pretty just simple, solid colors. Oh, this one has 3 of them. But yeah, so every single weapon has a number of things you can change, just color wise. Just because why not? Because I could. So you can change all the colors of everything. Alrighty. In here also there are titles you'll be able to unlock throughout the game, based on level completion, or you can type your own. So I can. Is that how you spell mischievous? Okay, but you can type your own title in here as well. And then it'll show up in game. I don't know if I'll be able to see that later. But we'll see. Next thing that I've changed a lot is the loadouts. So I don't know if I ever showed this in a devlog either, but you can change. This is the plan right now is that you can have loadouts for PvP, but in normal PvE levels, I'm going to force a loadout on the player. So you're going to get assigned a weapon to be used for the whole level. The reason I'm planning on doing this is because I can design levels around certain weapons. So like imagine you can have a level that's like only sniper. So you could have like long range enemies, or just like one enemy that you have to hit the shot on or something like that, which I think I'm doing right now is the sniper level. But yeah, I can design levels around specific weapons. And also when I was playtesting, a lot of people didn't know you could change the weapons. So this makes it so it obviously forces them to change weapons. But there's a ton of different weapons in here. And obviously we have base damage, armor damage, the fire rate and the range, and then every weapon also has an alt fire, which the alt fire has changed. I also don't know if this is in the old devlogs, but the alt fire used to be a different way of firing, but it is now a ability basically. So every weapon has an ability that goes with it. So like this one, it pulls in all the enemies towards you. So you hit right click, and all the enemies in front of you will come towards you because this is an SMG. So it pulls in the enemies to make them easier to hit and stuff. But yeah, every single weapon has a different alt fire, which is basically like an ability now. Some of them are the same. Like this one is fanning the hammer for the hot dog revolver, which is the same as it used to be. And then, I didn't want to do that. And then we have the Staple gun, which is also the same. It basically builds up a laser based on the amount of hits. So I kept some of the things the same, but some of them are different. But all the most of them are improved based on the old ones. Some of them are just the same because they were good. Let's see. I also removed perks. I don't know if there were perks in the old version or in the devlogs that I mentioned. Oh, that's a fun bug. Okay. I guess I'll write that one down too. So yeah, there's obviously a lot of bugs still to fix, especially because, well, some of the stuff broke at some point. I don't remember because this used to work. Alrighty. But yeah, there's no more perks. There used to be perks that was like deal more base damage, slide jumping, which would, if you were sliding, it would give you a higher jump, stuff like that. But I removed all of that stuff because there was also at some point, I wonder if I can even, I wonder if this is still in here somewhere. It is. So at some point, I was gonna have a was basically Hollow Knight style perk selection. So here you have all your perks. Each of them have a different cost, and then here's your points amount for the total amount of points you have, and then all of the weapon, all of the abilities and stuff. And then it would show you the cost of each of the perks themselves. This was obviously scrapped because this was too complicated for a stick figure game. And there was no point, to be honest, having this complicated of a system. It also makes things way harder to balance. And then I eventually removed perks altogether because some of these were, well, there's no point to having them, to be honest. Because I changed the weapons to have better alt fires, the perks were irrelevant. It also allows me to make better weapons, knowing that I didn't take up a like an ability with a perk or something like that. So a perk can become an ability later. Alrighty, now we're gonna go to, well, I was gonna go to the tutorial, but I don't have a way to launch the tutorial right now. Because eventually it'll be just here. So that's fun. So I guess we'll just start the first level. So I have 4 levels here. So you can access all 4 levels. So you can access all the levels in the world you're currently in. And then you have to get a gold medal on all of the levels in order to unlock the next world. And then, so basically I can go from French fry 1 to hamburger 2, and then back to French fry 2. It doesn't matter what order I do these in. I just need a gold. And I don't even know if the gold works, or if the points totals are correctly set right now. And then we have guided, unguided modes. So guided will give you directions. Unguided does not give you directions. It's more of a puzzle, which is how the original game was supposed to be, until people said they didn't like it. And I honestly didn't like it either, coming back to it. So now we have a guided version, which will tell you how to do things. And then we have different scores for a different amount of players. So you have 1 through 4 players. And then here we have a stickman letters, which is, there are 8 letters in every single level to collect, or that you can find, that just give you bonus points, basically. Some of them are, well, there's 8 of them, and the levels are only like 2.5 minutes in an author time, so they're really crammed in there, but some of them are actually really well hidden. And then we have co-op and versus mode. So co-op, all your points get totaled together at the end to get a medal, and in versus, you're trying to get the most points out of everyone in the lobby. So you're in the same world, but you're trying to get more kills than everyone. All right, let's just start, and I'll stop talking. Or I'm going to keep talking, actually. Alrighty, so here we are with the first level. It does look like I actually have a forced loadout on this level. So you can see I'm forced to use the AK only, so there's no second weapon. I have dynamite as my grenade, and I have a disc as my alt fire. So right here, if you turn around, here's actually my first letter I can find. In order to get this one's a little tricky, but you just jump over here. And then there's a little platform on each of these. Uh-oh. That is supposed to not be happening anymore. Okay. And then you jump up another tree. And then there we go. First letter collected. There's a bug with the wall running right now. I don't know why it launched me like that. It shouldn't be anymore. But yeah, I guess I can get started. So the alt fire for this weapon is a disc. So you throw the disc, and then it locks on to... Oh, that was lag. Okay. It locks onto all the enemies around you. Is that loud? Hold on. Go away. It doesn't look like loud. It actually doesn't look like loud. So it seems fine. I'm noticing that I think it's unguided right now, even though I set it to guided, so that's a fun thing. So basically every level has different mechanics. So this one was defeat the enemies. You spawn the plunger dude, stand in it, and then you shoot the the French fry with the corresponding symbol. So yeah, so I also flashed this for a second. This is the scoreboard. So if you were a multiplayer, this would be showing all 4 players. And obviously right now we have damage eliminations, letters collected, and there should be 2 more, but I don't think I said it correctly. And then obviously you saw the Stickman letter at the beginning. So I'm going to show you a couple difficult Stickman letters. There's actually one right here under this platform. I forgot how to get up from here. Huh, that's interesting. There used to be a rock there, I think. There's no longer a rock there. This is also an older build. This is the last stable one I have, so... Alrighty. So we have one letter and then another. I can show a difficult one right here. There's actually one. I failed. I'm gonna die. Yep. Well, so yeah, you can't swim as a stick figure. I don't know if I can get to this one actually. Oh yeah, I can. I made this a lot easier. Okay. But here's another letter back there, which is a little trickier, which is just jumping. And easy. So some of the Stickman letters have like stuff like this, where it's just kind of like a side, harder parkour, and some of them are just hidden, basically. Uh-oh, I used my jump already. I need to change the way the grapple works anyway. Oh, you spawn over here, that's fun. I'm not very good at this, it turns out. I think you're actually supposed to go this way. Or you're supposed to come up here, I'm pretty sure. You should not be able to grapple onto these rocks. Some of them might have collision set, right? So yeah, this movement mechanic, every level has a different movement mechanic that's introduced to you. So this one is that your grapple resets when you go through the ring. So you have a timer on your grapple. So you have 3 seconds basically cooldown. It'll reset when you go through the ring here or when you land. So if I use my grapple to get here, the cooldown starts and then it ends when I land. Here's another letter. Wait, I missed K. I missed C somewhere. Oh yeah, there's also I think there's a letter down there. I don't know if that's still there. So you can see that I didn't actually pick up the letter. So it's like you don't pick up the letter until you land. So if you pick up the letter and die right there, you don't get it. But since I landed, I get it properly. Also, apparently these levels are too difficult or something. They might change a little bit. I don't know. Some playtesters are having troubles with the levels themselves, which is hard for me to say because I've played this game a lot, obviously, because I've been with it for like 4 years now. All right, there's another encounter completed. So I basically just shoot the enemy, shoot the thing, shoot that, shoot stuff. Okay, and then we're almost done here, actually. I'm just trying not to fail the parkour section. All right, there we go. And here's the finish line right here. So you stand in the finish line, level complete. And then it'll count out my score that I got. And it broke. That's fun. I don't know why that 7 is cut off like that either. I think that's It has to be a packaging thing. Never seen that. Okay, then you move on to broken animations, and here you go. So that is set wrong as well. The scoreboard's broken too. There's a lot of stuff that's broken. That's great. That's fine. Alrighty, and so that's how the basic stuff will work. My stream doesn't have in-game audio. Does it really not? Oh, it didn't. Wait, I realized I don't think there was music either. It was literally just silent. Okay, well that's awkward. Alright, next we're gonna try some PvP here. So you've seen the PvE. The levels are, so they used to be very long. And now they're nice and short. I also changed the grapple a little bit. When you go downwards, it kind of halts you, so it's more of a swing than a grapple. And wall riding, a lot of the movement is actually really refined, just from what you saw. Because like the wall running, there used to be no max speed. There's now a max speed, because I learned that no max speed is a horrible idea. And if you, like when you're landing on a wall, let me see if I can show this in the first level. I don't know if I can really, but like if I jump to this wall, I kind of travel up on, or right here. I can show it here. If I land on this wall traveling downwards, I actually travel downwards a little bit rather than how it was before. And the clinging to the wall is a little smoother than it used to be. So when you actually are attaching to the wall, it's got a little smoother transition than it used to. And you also kind of, it's easier to wall run than it used to be. Alrighty, let's change the song first. Alrighty, and let's do some PvP real quick, and I'll show off the everything. Hello.
Hello.
Alrighty, I'm gonna create a party and you just join.
Okay.
Do you care if I keep talking or should I mute?
What do you mean?
Like, do you want to hear me ramble about stuff or do you want me to mute?
Oh, you can talk. It's fine.
Okay. So we're gonna be doing PvP, and there's only 2 PvP modes right now: Team Deathmatch and Last Stickman Standing. There's gonna be a few more. I'm planning on having at least Gun Game and Capture the Flag, and maybe a Kill Confirmed thing. I don't know. I don't really like Kill Confirmed. And there's only 2 maps, but there's only really 1 map that's going to make it to the final game probably, which is Coliseum. The other map is not going to make it. Alright, here we go. So, when he joins, this is just what you see. Stickman on a couch. On a green couch. And the green is very important. The green couch is very important. In the lore, according to me now.
Yeah, the lore.
Yeah, the lore of the stick figures. The green couch is important. So yeah, the reason PvP isn't as fleshed out is because I'm working on PvE first, PvP as a secondary. It's just a second thought, basically. The PvE is first. Are you ready for this?
All right. Yep.
Oh yeah, maybe we shouldn't use alt fire.
Why is it one shot?
It's one shot. So I did learn the other day that the or when we were testing it, when you right click with the disc, it's actually a one shot. So yeah, maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe the weapons do too much damage. I'll give us more health.
Yeah, the time to kill is quite low.
Okay, I'll change a couple things in the settings. Okay, I actually don't understand this. Oh yeah, that's a party bug right now. Join my join my new party.
Okay.
I actually don't understand what's happening there. Alrighty, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna add. Oh, it should be 5 rounds, not 3, as well, which makes more sense to me. Alrighty, let's try this again. Are you joining?
What?
Have you joined?
No, I'm still in lobby.
Interesting. Okay, I'm going to restart the game. Who would have known that multiplayer would be hard to do? Alright, join the lobby again. Let's just join this.
Alright, joined.
Okay, and you see my skin?
Yep.
Okay. Stickman standing. Coliseum. So yeah. There's also a ton of different settings for each mode. There's a couple that are always the same, like right here. These are the different ones. So we have rounds respawn time. And then we have player health, which I think is in all the modes. And then we have player speed, ultimate, grenade accelerant. The game speed, which is a horrible thing to change. I'm actually going to force us to use snipers.
Oh god.
We're going to have 2 snipers. How do you feel about that?
Just like the Coliseum.
In a different game, yeah.
Yeah. It's a game that will not be named.
Oh yeah, it's not one shot because it's... Wait, we're gonna regen health though. Okay, I think the headshot is a one shot though. Oh my god, that's gonna be horrible. I actually forgot it one shot. Oh yeah, you wanna run around and see what we discovered yesterday on the wall? They just keep going. So yeah, we found something kind of ridiculous the other day, which is the running animation gets sped up based on how fast you're going. So when you're going really fast, it just looks... It looks ridiculous is what it looks like. Bro, you're going fast. Does this also hit scan? I hit you. Okay, maybe I need to set it to only 100 health for the snipers.
No, that was pretty great.
You got brought back to lobby, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I want to no-scope you. Oh, that wasn't a no-scope though.
Oh yeah, look at that.
So yeah, this is probably the only PvP map that's actually going to make it to the final game, just because it's a cylinder. But we'll see. But the other maps I need to work on. I need to work on PvP in this game. It's kind of, well, the game isn't really. Oh, that was a no-scope too.
I know. It also.
It was a no-scope headshot, according to the kill feed. Bro, I can't hit you.
There's no shot. So easy.
Is it now? I'm noticing that the score limit is actually the round limit. It's not the score limit. No, that would have been on target.
I just quick scoped you.
I know. My shot was gonna land though. Oh, you know what it is? Oh, I actually found the bug. Back to lobby. Hover is shown, not back to lobby. Click. Okay, I noticed that. You know why that message keeps popping up? Is because when you hover on the icon, it shows up. It is not the click. It's just when you hover over it. That's why it's showing up. Oh, and I went back to menu and broke everything. Alrighty. So that's a little taste of PvP. I'm gonna deafen now. Alrighty, so that's a little taste of PvP. Next we're gonna talk about what I'm working on next. So my next level is called Level City, even though it's not gonna be a city anymore. But it originally was going to be. So this is what I'm working on right now. Obviously very, very ugly gray box. So this is my next levels, are actually the jetpack levels. If you follow me, or if you follow the Stickman game on Twitter, or the Stickman account on Twitter, you might have seen this already. But yeah, this is actually what I'm working on right now, is the jetpack, which is pretty cool. And then this is the first encounter, which I'll have to figure out what to do for it. But I have a little bit of a, like, a flow to these levels right now. But yeah, so this is what I'm working on right now, is the jetpack levels. They'll probably be electricity based, but I'm not entirely sure, because I have to make 4 levels. Basically, there's gonna be 4 levels per world is the idea. With 2 different mechanics. Well, the first world is 2 different mechanics, but it might just be 4 different mechanics. We'll see what happens, because I basically took the original levels that I had, and I split them up into 2 different levels. So there used to be 4 encounters per level, and now there's 2 encounters split up, basically. That's how it's working. There's going to be more weapons, more... Am I listening to the Pledge of Allegiance? I listen to the Star Spangled Banner. That is interesting that I have that on here. So yeah, more weapons, more abilities, more ultimates, more levels as I'm working on right here. There's gonna be more movement stuff. So something I actually didn't show was in the. Actually, I don't know if this is gonna work because I'm in the editor. But right here. So the hamburger levels. This one actually has different lighting. So I'm still figuring out lighting. I learned that there's a different renderer you can use in the engine that'll give you better FPS. So I was trying that, but the lighting's not 100%. But these are trampolines or trampolines. So you go on the trampoline, and you get launched. But yeah, so this is hamburger 1. I didn't show all the levels. I've shown 2 out of the 4 right now that are basically 100% done, and then I'm right now working on bugs and loads of stuff. But oh, that shader should not be black. I feel like that's broken. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know what happened there. That was probably when I was messing with the shader stuff or the renderer. But we'll see if I actually get better FPS, because right now, well, I'm in Unreal Engine 5, which has the worst performance I've ever seen out of a game engine. So right now I'm literally just standing still, and I have 140 FPS. That's in engine as well, and I'm streaming. Usually that's about like 160. But apparently the other renderer cuts down the GPU time, which the GPU time is right now 2.6 milliseconds, which means basically the smaller the millisecond time, the more frames you'll get, because it's less time it takes to compute per frame. So we'll see if that actually happens, if I change renders or not. It does get rid of some of the nice reflections, but I don't really, it's a game about stick figures, I don't really care that much. And I can still turn them on. So yeah, more PvE modes, more PvP modes. There will be a level editor eventually, because actually a lot of my... Actually, let me just go to it. I guess I can message here, because I can mess with stuff here because I have to do this anyway. But I actually have fully built out pieces. So like this mesh is actually just like a thing that I can modify. And then down here, I can actually choose what sides I don't want siding on. So like that gets rid of the outline right here. So these are actually really customizable. There's one of these for every single type of, well, the metal is based on those 4-sided ones. And then I also have these 1-sided ones, which are, you know, fully textured and stuff. And then I just have the ability to move them up and down and lengthen them. This way doesn't work. And then I also have corner pieces, which are up and down, but they don't do anything else other than up and down. And then there's also inner corner pieces. So you can see right here, there's 2 different pieces that work together. There's the outer corner and then like a little inner corner. The idea might be to make just like a brick and then it'll figure itself out, but I don't know if that'll happen. But yeah, so there is a plan for a level editor eventually. But we'll see if that ends up happening. Or it will happen, but I don't know how it's going to happen yet. I don't know if I'm going to have a full brick to make it as easy as possible, or what I'm going to do. There will also be full workshop support, so all those levels you'll be able to upload after completing, of course. You wouldn't be able to upload a uncompletable level. There's a rock right through here that should not be there. But you will not be able to upload an incomplete level. Obviously, you have to complete it. And I'm also fixing loads of bugs as they come up. I already found like 3 or 4 today again. It's just what happens. I just find more things that are broken every day. But but that's fine. I'm not crying. But yeah, so that's all I got. If you want to keep up with development and stuff, you can follow me on Stickman Game on Twitter. This is where I'm going to be posting a lot of my stuff. I'm also on Blue Sky, the same at Stickman Game. I will have an actual teaser trailer somewhat soonish, I think, after I get a few more worlds in, which I'm hoping for like 1 level a week. I'm hoping, or like 1 level every 2 weeks, because they are kind of hard to make. The decorating, making them look pretty is actually super easy because of the way I've chosen to do things. Because there will be a level editor, and all of these are pretty modular assets. But yeah, and then there will be a real trailer later. I don't have an estimated release date. It'll be out later, is what I can say right now. It'll be out later. I'm not gonna show off this level. I was going to really quick. It's just another level you go through, parkour section, and then you have French fries encounter, where each of these goes into a different room. So you have different, basically arenas for every single room. They just kind of go through. This one is a very direct path where you go around that way. Then you come down here. This is one of my favorites for the Stickman letters, actually. The Stickman letters are extremely hidden on this level. Yeah, and then you go up the spiral to get up here. But yeah, no estimated release date. The store page isn't even live. So you can see I have it on Steam, but like the store page isn't even up. If you click on it, it does nothing. But obviously once the game gets a little further and I get like an actual teaser, or like I'm trying to wait for a real trailer before I put the Steam page live. And yeah, I think that's about it. Thanks for sticking around, Stickman. Thanks for stickmanning around. Thanks for. There's a joke in there somewhere, but I'm not smart enough to think of what. Alrighty, but thank you for watching. If you watched the VOD after and you're not watching live, thanks for sticking around, watching through the whole thing. There will be another devlog when I have more to share. Follow me on Twitter for a lot more updates. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.